Welcome to World News. Today we delve into the recent strike that has been making headlines in Germany. It all began on a quiet Tuesday when dissatisfaction turned into action. Several groups, including the labor unions and student bodies, united under a common cause, voicing their discontent and demanding change. They had a variety of grievances, but the main ones were fair wages, improved working conditions, and better educational policies. The date was the 23rd of March, a day that will be remembered as the beginning of a significant movement. The initial reaction from the authorities was a mix of surprise and concern. They seemed unprepared for the intensity and unity displayed by the strikers, which only amplified the sense of unease. As the strike started, the tension was palpable, setting the stage for a significant confrontation. So stay with World News as we continue to track this unfolding story. As days turned into weeks, the strike began to escalate. What started as a murmur of discontent soon grew into a thunderous roar as more groups from various sectors of society joined the movement. The workers, students, and even retirees, united in their cause, took to the streets in an unprecedented show of solidarity. This escalation was not without consequence. The economy began to feel the pressure as productivity took a nosedive. Businesses were affected and the public life was disrupted, with daily routines thrown into disarray. The streets, usually bustling with the humdrum of everyday life, now resonated with the sound of protest chants and impassioned speeches. The escalation of the strike saw not only the growth in numbers, but also the intensity of the participants' resolve. The once peaceful demonstrations took a turn, with instances of civil disobedience and clashes with law enforcement becoming more frequent. The strike's growth was a clear sign of the dissatisfaction and unrest among the population. It was a stark reminder that the people's voice, when raised in unison, can echo louder than any individual could ever hope to achieve. Stay with World News. In response to the escalating strike, the German government was forced to react. Initially, the government took a somewhat passive stance, hoping the conflict would de-escalate on its own. However, as the strike grew in intensity, the government realized that a more active approach was needed. A series of negotiations were held between government representatives and union leaders. These were tense and fraught with disagreements, reflecting the complexity of the issues at hand. The government proposed several solutions, including wage increases and improved working conditions, but these were met with skepticism from the strikers. The public's reaction to the government's stance was divided. Some saw the government's actions as a necessary step towards resolution, while others believed they were not doing enough to address the workers' grievances. This divide in public opinion only added to the tension of the situation. The government's response was met with mixed reactions, further fueling the strike's flames. As the strike continued, it became clear that the government's response would play a critical role in the outcome of this standoff. Stay with World News. After a period of intense confrontation, the strike eventually reached a resolution. The resolution came as a result of tireless negotiations between the strikers and the government. The government conceded to several key demands, including wage increases and improved working conditions, which were central to the strikers' cause. The strikers, in turn, agreed to return to work, ending weeks of industrial action that had brought parts of the country to a standstill. The resolution had a profound impact on the strikers and the country as a whole. For the strikers, it was a victory that reaffirmed their belief in collective action. It showed them that their voices mattered and that they had the power to effect change. For Germany, the resolution of the strike marked a turning point. It highlighted the importance of dialogue and compromise in resolving conflicts. It also underscored the need for fair treatment of workers, sparking a nationwide conversation about workers' rights and economic inequality. The resolution of the strike marked a significant moment in Germany's recent history. The strike's conclusion was just the beginning of the aftermath. The ripple effects of the strike are far-reaching, highlighting the profound impact of collective action. It's not just about the immediate changes it brought about, but also how it has reshaped public opinion and policy. The strike has undoubtedly led to significant changes. Workers' rights have been thrust into the spotlight, leading to a renewed focus on fair wages and working conditions. The dialogue around labor laws has been invigorated, sparking a wave of policy revisions that aim to better protect the workforce. But perhaps the most profound effect of the strike is how it has shaped public sentiment. It served as a stark reminder of the power of unity, reinforcing the belief that when people stand together, they can bring about real change. Lessons have been learned from this strike, lessons that will undoubtedly shape the approach to future strikes or conflicts. The potential for such events remains, serving as a reminder that the fight for fair treatment and justice is an ongoing battle. Stay with World News as we continue to bring you the latest updates on this and other